sports. It's in the game.
Hey, Big Daddy, where you going? Call me Flo Millie, I be flowing, yeah. Skinny, thick pockets on some ones. Woo! I be really rapping, I be damn.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight. There's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball that extra second in the pocket, and with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need.
And now we'll get a late timeout coming in the waning moments of this 2nd quarter. So 4th down, and it's the former Chief, Tommy Townsend, to punt for Houston. Out to return this for the Packers, it's Keyshawn Nixon. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. Halftime now at Lambeau, and the Packers are on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it.
And apparently we'll forget about that for the moment and turn our attention to quarter number 3. Let's go. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Here comes a return from the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Texans offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. The next drive about to get going. I want to remind you it's coming up in prime time this week, week 7 already in the NFL. We have the Jets and Steelers on Sunday Night Football. And then coming up tomorrow night, the last of our Monday doubleheaders for the year, Ravens-Bucks from Tampa at 8:15. That's followed out west by the Chargers and Cardinals from the desert. They get 11 and quickly pick up the 1st down. On the bootleg, it's Stroud. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all
in trouble, and down he goes.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
From the gun, here's Stroud. That one a bit high, but it's complete. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. The Texans set to punt this one away, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. To return, it's Nixon. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, Nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. He's been a machine in the red zone here first couple of months of the season. In fact, leading the NFL in rushing touchdowns. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's 2nd and 9. He'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get this very close to a first down. A nice run there. It'll just end up a little bit short.
And he just continues to chew off more and more yardage with every single carry. And you can see here with the numbers, Mike, for as strong as he was in the first half, it almost looks like he's gotten even stronger now here in the second.
We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this third quarter. So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Texans' 41-yard line.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up 3rd down. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. That's the safety, Jimmy Ward. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast.
I needed to get rid of it, but did not. It'll finally be taken down. Throwing on 2nd down. Stroud. And they're going to get him a 2nd time. He goes down again. The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, Mike, this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there.
Trying to push the ball down the field. It's an interception. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The Packers offense and Romeo Doubs heading out for their next possession. He's put together some kind of campaign. Currently second in the NFL in touchdown receptions amongst wideouts. Set to go now on 1st and 10. A run up the middle with Jacobs. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Packers will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This just makes it to the landing zone. It's taken at the 18. Texans offense about ready to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. To throw, it's Stroud. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. Stroud. And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. Well, the quarterback just kept going back and back. You're wondering, what's he going to do? And, well, there's the answer. He's going to give the defense 2 points.
Yeah, and you have to wonder, Mike, did he just lose track of actually how far he was retreating? And at some point, you think that ball's going to come out. He's going to throw it away and move on to the next down. But he didn't. And now the defense is going to take advantage and get 2 points.
We'll take this in back at the 16. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's going to uncork one, looking for Wicks. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Here we go. One final play. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by the veteran Stephon Gilmore. And the Texans are going to come up with a late turnover, but it will only matter to the stat keepers. This ball game is over. So, it's a win.
field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Anders Carlson ready to get us started. And we're off from Jacksonville. Devin Duvernay to return it. This return makes it up to the 25. So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. And bringing them out in his 4th season since arriving as the #1 overall pick back in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
Hey, it wasn't a banner game you had last week, stuff in the stat sheet, but still one that falls squarely into the good territory. Had a couple touchdowns to make up for the 1 interception, and his effort was enough to be one of the pillars in their win, and certainly some momentum to build on today.
Lawrence now off the play action. That's Thomas, he's got it. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
Second and 3. Escapes the sack, and they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on 3rd down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Well, this is exactly what the defense wants to do to these quarterbacks. You want to speed them up, and the best way to do it is to hit them and bring them to the ground. Conversely, they've got to figure out offensively how to protect. If you can't protect, you can't execute, you can't do anything offensively.
And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. So now it's the Packers getting out on offense for their opening drive. Bringing them out, someone who wowed last year in his first chance as a starter, Jordan Love.
Probably feels like he owes his guys one after last week, doesn't he? Threw a couple picks, did find the end zone, but his guys around him still found a way to win. Now here's where he's got to be careful, Kate. You can't get it all back at once. Sometimes when you're over-aggressive, it leads to, well, days like last week with a couple interceptions. Got to do your job and just do your job well.
And he takes it across midfield and into Jaguars territory. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They stick with Jacobs. Has a lane inside the 35. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course, but you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Going run again with Jacobs. And he's able to take this down to the red zone. He stopped at the 17. We've got whistles after the play as we have somebody shaken up, and that's Luke Musgrave in need of some attention out there. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 17. And he'll take this one in for the Green Bay touchdown. The Packers don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Christian Watson with the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Carlson adds the extra point. And the Packers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Here's Duvernay on the return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Lawrence. He's got the hook up to Ingram. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Javon Bullard bringing that play to an end. So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter one. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. Back for the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. They start with 2nd and 6. Lawrence working from the gun. Into the hands of Bigsby, complete. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. That's the rookie from Texas A&M who took him down.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into him.
And he can't escape. The Packers drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
The Jaguars into punt formation. Keyshawn Nixon returning this for the Packers. His first effort went 47 yards. Brock looks to have a little more into this one. And he's bottled up at the line on the final play before the 2-minute warning. A nice starting spot for the Packers this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Love from the gun. Into the hands of Romeo Doubs. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Thrown on 1st down, Love. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers grow their lead just before halftime. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
That one right down the middle. And the Packers double their lead to 14.
Anders Carlson to kick off for the Packers.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence set to take over on offense once again. And they've been willing to both call runs for him and let him ad-lib as he sees fit. He's top 5 for rushing yards by a quarterback this season. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now it's Lawrence. Gets this one into the hands of Christian Kirk. And that's good for a gain of 5. It was Preston Smith with the stop. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 29. Chased out, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Packers into a nickel defense, 3rd down. Well, last play didn't work out too well. Looks like they're going ground game now. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
He was brought down at the 26. A gain of 11 yards. It's 4th down. Logan Cook on the punt for the Jaguars.
So we've reached the end of 2, and it's the visiting Packers out in front. Now we'll send you down I-95 a couple hours to Orlando, depending on traffic. And we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early...
Not everyone's a fan of the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll keep our focus right here. Let's get back to football with the start of the second half. On now is Cook to kick this away. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. And he's been a frequent visitor to the end zone over the first couple of months of this season. Right now actually leading the league in rushing touchdowns. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And this won't amount to much. Tackled after a small run to the 32. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Running right, here's Jacobs. Has a lane past the 45. Down the sideline inside the 30. That's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Carlson good on the extra point. And the Packers stretch their lead to 21.
Anders Carlson to kick off for the Packers.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Here's Duvernay on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Now the Jaguars getting set to go. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. It was Preston Smith with the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
You know, one thing I noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times the quarterback's been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
And the Packers at a 5th DB out there for this 3rd down play. Lawrence looking to throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Running on first here with Jacobs. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Jacobs gets it on the draw. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Eric Armstead there on the stop. Now looks like we're going to get a stoppage for an injured Jaguar. He's in some pain as the trainers head out to examine him. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Takes the handoff, now Love. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Shotgun now for Love. He connects downfield on 4th. Touchdown, Green Bay. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock, he sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Carlson now to add one more. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Packers grow their lead yet again.
Jaguars nothing. Anders Carlson to kick off for the Packers.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Here's Duvernay on the return. Return's looking good so far. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. A give up the gut to Bigsby. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's the Jags football, but here in the 4th, that lead likely too much to overcome. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 34. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Time we offered some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay these throws. This is going to be one tomorrow, one fun tape to watch, because 6 sacks, hard to cut.
And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Some squads you just see love to do this, Kate, and I've got so much respect for defensive coordinators who late in the game, instead of playing prevent, well, they step up the aggression meter. Back-to-back sacks puts this offense and this quarterback way off schedule.
It's the 2-minute warning here in Jacksonville. Jaguars just want to get out of here with how this one is gone. 4th and forever coming up. Here's Lawrence to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They find 21 yards and get the 1st down. Oh, baby, what a call to go for it on 4th. Lawrence throwing here. Got a man, it's Thomas. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That's good for another Jacksonville.
Throwing from the gun. This is hauled in by Ingram. And they make this stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
So for those of you keeping track, we get a solid completion for decent yardage on 1st, and then we go backwards on 2nd. Kate, I guess we got a quality rubber match right here on 3rd down.
Trying to push it deep downfield, and there's our last-in image of this game. It's intercepted. No one around. He's got space. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running the back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
So it's the visiting Packers who pick up the win. And as we play in October, they have kept their perfect start to the season going. To the point, Brock, I think you could argue they might be the league's best team in the front half of this campaign. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Packers are your winners as we bid farewell from Jacksonville.
Flip mode. 9-7. Bust a bus. Hot. Check it out. Hit you with no delaying, so what you saying, yo? Silly with your ice, grilly with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. While up in the club like we while in the studio. You know when to violate, baby, really type of rubber that it with the real shook, scared to death, act, yo. X that, looking shorty, she a little cutie, yo. The way she make me wanna get all in the, yo. Top mistress of the videos. While I'm with my freak like we up in the freak shows. Hit you with the, make you feel it all in your toes. Hot, got all my people in red clothes. Metaphors when I formulate my flows. If you don't know, you're messing with lyrical player pros like that. Wanna party with me?
It's week 9 of the 2024 season, and this one features Josh Jacobs, your standard at running back this season, pacing the league in rushing. It's the Packers and the Lions, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They're halfway home, looking good at a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, we're in November now, so this is where you really need to settle in, start getting down to business.
And in baseball, they talk about the dog days of August. November, these are the dog days of football, trying to get in position for the big push.
Two teams that have met at least twice a year since 1932. The Lions and Packers underway from Lambeau. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So the Packers make their way out for the first time, and it's Jordan Love that has the keys to the car here in his 5th season as a pro and 2nd as a starter.
And Love established himself as a legitimate franchise quarterback a season ago. And let's not forget, he had to exhibit a lot of patience, waiting for his opportunity to become the man. And once he got that chance, he hit the ground running. The question now from the rest of the league, can he sustain that success? The Packers certainly believe he will.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 7 carries, 5 yards past 100, and a touchdown.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come, we get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%. And I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, the Packers called on Daniel Whelan to punt. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. And out come the Lions for their first drive behind their 9th-year quarterback in year number 4 with Detroit. It's Jared Goff.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Well, they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You look at this Packers defense. They were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. This defense for the Packers, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. Some motivation this week, not an issue.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The Packers offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. As we transition into the second half of the season, you can see he's the NFL's leader in rushing touchdowns. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Love now. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is, and if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes, because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
He's going to take another shot here. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. So from back deep in their own territory all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got a 1st and 10 at their own 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks, got another one here picked up right where he left off. Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. First carry now for David Montgomery. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. The run on 3rd and long, so I guess waving the white flag a little bit.
Yeah, and I think sometimes teams are so committed to running the football that they'll take a chance, even in a long yardage situation, to let them know on the other side, this is what we're going to be about today. In this case, they didn't get a first down, but if you're thinking along with them, hey, they might be committed to running it all game long.
Taken from just outside the 30. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Throwing. Love. 20! And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still first down.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Working out of the gun. Love. His throw caught right around the 6. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Jacobs going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for it.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Lions offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back onto the field. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. And you can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air. Well, they've got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the first down marker.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. There's Goff. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So they couldn't get anything there, Charles. Now 4th down from their own 2, and a bad situation, to be frank, for the special teams.
Yeah, if you are the punting team now, your number...
Oh, they're on him too quickly back there, and it's... Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety.
That's exactly what they were aiming for defensively. A huge early play that cuts off any opposing momentum at the knees. As soon as that snap was made, they were flying to the ball and through the line. Great call from the coaching staff, and even better execution.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. And they'll accept that penalty. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now this aired out deep for Reed. Touchdown, Packers! Jaden Reed, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers take the block punt and convert it into 6 points. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guys covering take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by them. And once he's by them, there's no catching them. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Lions offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Goff. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. It'll go down as a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. The offense on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And this is going to be recovered by a member of the offense, but whistles come in. Remember, on 4th down, that becomes a dead ball if anyone other than the fumbler himself recovers. So it'll come back to the spot of the fumble, and that will mean that's going to wind up being a turnover on downs. The Packers offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out onto the field. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
Here we go.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Once again, it's Jacobs. And bulldozing his way through. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage. They are power.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Josh Jacobs with career touchdown number 60. And the Packers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Carlson's extra point up and good, and the lead is now 24. So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now gone. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Desperation time for Goff on fourth. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Alex Singleton, the linebacker, there on the tackle. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Second down and 8. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. On play action. Love to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Lions will take over. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you want...
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
But they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down.
Now I'm finna give y'all another hit. And I just put my drink down. Milan, darling, Milan. That, to the, say, poodle, y'all think run this. Miss she, her black, designer, say. Honda rich, big Dolce diva, Donda, the Tokyo Honda drip.
get far. My mom thinks that I'm an animal. I'm just looking for the antidote. There's a British girl on my TV screen. She's so hot, she's so mean. Burn my body like it's flammable. Girl, I'm still a fan of you. Hey, 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 hey. Like a cannibal. Baby, I'm a fan of you. Your sensation, my fixation. Just tell me that it's tangible. Hey, hey, baby, I'm a fan of you. Hey, hey, hey. Your sensation is my fixation.
Say don't play with me, but I still gamble with it. We getting right before we take off on the landing strip. Know that you like all the attention that a fan gives. Say that you like me, but you way too young for marriage. I've been here before, I know exactly how it goes. Yeah, now I got you packing up your clothes. You can hit me up and let me know exactly when you close. I'm her favorite, say she need a. She wanna all day. Hey, 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 hey.
It's Week 11 of the NFL, and this one features Josh Jacobs. He ranks among the rushing leaders, third in the league on the season. It's the Packers and the Bears. All that and more coming up next.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that is a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We got a couple of teams who have to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
And it's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old-school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
The return starts from the 5. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Bears come out with their quarterback, Caleb Williams. All of Chicago hoping this is the man who can finally answer that long search for a franchise quarterback for the Bears. Won the Heisman. He's the #1 overall pick in this past year's draft.
Coming off a loss last time out, I think the #1 goal today, Mike, is he needs to make a bigger impact on the outcome of today's game. Last week, he was not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it was really just a modest performance. He was...
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
By entering Cooper, a 7-yard loss brings up 3rd down.
Not the sharpest of starts on offense. Here, an early 3rd and long. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
A big loss on the play brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, here's the rookie, the Aussie, 4th-round pick, Torrey Taylor, to punt for Chicago. Keyshawn Nixon, the return man. That's taken on this side of midfield. And it's a good return here. He's going to set his guys up with outstanding field position. Here comes the pack, and here comes Jordan Love. 5th season at quarterback, but Greg just his 2nd as a starter, waited his turn, and had a really good first year as a starter.
Great field position as they take the field for their first possession of the game. And so far, really nice complementary football. Defense gets a stop. Special teams gets the big return. Now it's up to the offense. Can they do their job and try to secure a touchdown here to take an early lead?
Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. The lane fills quickly. Only managed to get this to the 14. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So we've come. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 3.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Here's Jacobs. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards. From back at the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. They'll run with Dillon. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. Two minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Soldier Field. Following this. Half yard, that's all they need on this 3rd and goal. They'll run, it's Dillon. And this time he will work his way into the end zone. A.J. Dillon, touchdown Packers. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
And he missed it. It is no good. And this is going to remain a 6-point margin. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Here comes a return from the 3. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. He is the NFL leader in rushing to this point in the season, so he's hoping to put together a solid second half to try to take home the title. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
By Rashawn Gary. A loss of 13 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. They'll try the right side with Swift. Trying to find some seam out there, but he will not. They get him behind the line, and 4th down is coming up. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Packers offense going to take over just before the half. Love to throw on 1st and 10. That one on target to Watson. And he will go all the way. Christian Watson, touchdown, Green Bay.
That is just a complete disaster. I mean, we're in the final seconds of the first half, Mike, and you give up a huge explosive play that results in a touchdown. No matter what you've done all half, it completely changes the game.
Carlson now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Packers extend their advantage to 13-0.
Bears nothing. Anders Carlson to kick off for the Packers.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. So we have reached halftime here, and the visitors from Green Bay out on top. As we set ahead, both teams ready to play on, so we'll do the same as we get set for quarter number 3. Third quarter set to commence, and we're back underway here on EA Sports. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. Oh, he's got room past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. And as we move into the second half of the season, you can see he's the NFL leader in rushing touchdowns. And he will score. Romeo Doubs. Touchdown, Packers. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. Now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. Now Love getting the Packers set for this 2-point try.
The Packers will set up for the
In motion, Reed. They'll run with Jacobs. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They mark him short. The try for 2, unsuccessful. This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. That's to the longtime Charger. It's Keenan Allen. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 74 yards. Touchdown, Chicago. Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears are able to edge a bit closer. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Here's Nixon on the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. On play action, Love. That's to Reed. He's got it. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
Automatic 1st down.
On first down, it's Love. This one, up top for Dobbs.
I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Jonathan Owens on the tackle. A gain of 12. And the Packers first down.
Love to throw it on first down. That one incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target, and it'll lead to a second down. From the gun, here comes Jacobs. And a good run there. Finds the lane, gets forward. Got 8 yards and sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2. Once again, it's Jacobs. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal. Some good running there. Gets them down to about the 2-yard line. They'll run with Jacobs. And he's going to get stopped in the backfield. They'll take him down at the 3-yard line. From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. One more time, it's Jacobs. And this one ruined quickly. Take him back to the 5-yard line. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. Back. This defense in desperate need of a stop, and here comes 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That's hauled in at the 2.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get 1 more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
Back out is Carlson following the made field goal, and he sends this kickoff away. Now return coming from the 7. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The veteran Keenan Allen and the rest of the Bears offense heading out to take over once again. He's caught a touchdown pass already in this game. As you get a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown receptions to this point in the season. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. That'll be caught by DeAndre Swift. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch, found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4.
On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. He's got his man. Allen with the connection. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll drop to throw. He'll get this underneath to Swift. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
It's a loss of 14. Brings up 3rd down.
Now, a big 3rd down. That is intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Xavier McKinney. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is, how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again?
They'll run out of the gun with Jacobs. And a determined run there inside the 40. It's a gain of 9 yards. 2nd and a yard. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
And what's that one thing you hear from coaches all the time, Mike, right? Finish strong, and he's doing just that. His numbers here in this one, they have been terrific. But he's going to give you a full 4 quarters, and I think at this point in the game, he knows there's even more yards to be had.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. A run up the middle with Jacobs. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll try to run this one in. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Carlson able to knock through the extra point. And the Packers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This returnable from the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Here's Williams now to throw. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play. The Bears sending out their punt team. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. So it's a win here for the visiting Packers. Their winning ways continue. They've yet to be stopped as they remain unbeaten in the month of November. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson, and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.
lame, gotta do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with the wish list. They come with the wish list. I can show you lame, gotta do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with the wish list. They come with the wish list.
Hey, second phone buzzing, just delete the other number, yeah. Cruising at 103 till I seen them team that went to rocket. She was peeking out the cover. She said, Gigi, wait, you grew up down the street, my uncles up her brothers. I said, jumping back, been lit. You at? She was just running, Emmitt Smith, running back. She had to make it. Rubbing it, just caught up. Then she got me playing down, painting nails. Calling me sound like the heads of the way I be chasing. You know she got them
brands of the mail.
I'm in Miami, so knowing the
fans of Denzel.
I called her door back with a 50, she wanted the. She said, ooh, about to make me cancel the Zell. She said, hood is on, but she in a condo that her buddy own. Payment good, if she good is gone, boy, you should've known. Calling me up on 50 phones, foot on all these. Never let them keep me on my tippy toes. I can show you
lame, gotta do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with the wish list. They come with the wish list. I can show you lame, gotta do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with the wish list. They come with the wish list.
Boy.
Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Their spot like, ayy, 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 ayy. I gotta get it, man. Shout out, I'm fully committed like, ayy. I studied the target, I'm never gonna miss it. I call that precision like, ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Grandma was in A, auntie was in it, ayy. Mama had AAA, I wasn't scared to crash anyone anyway. I ride a side while bro had a get away. I gotta penetrate, I gotta generate. I got like 20 some years to my hood, now I gotta go live away. I'm out of town, but I'm not on the getaway. I spin a giveaway. You mean I'm the generous king for real? Been sleep, then I light up the street, got screaming like Billie Jean for real. I'm from the M, I got M's in the bank and M's in all my streams for real. Feeling like Phil, they be living like Carlton if I leave him in the wheel. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Their spot like, ayy, 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 ayy. I gotta get it, man. Shout out, I'm fully committed like, ayy. I studied the target, I'm never gonna miss it. I call that precision like, ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Baby, I'm loving it. I think I'm ready for kids. She said when to stop trying to in her face. That makes sense. I'm going up past LA Brent. I'm going off no fail, say switch. Yeah, me and my team go back like plastic cup boys on some tailgate. Okay, look, all eyes on me. I feel like I'm Truman. No, we finna win it, cause I'm about to lose it. I don't give a computers disputing. I go off a field, no heads, you just shoot it. I die for my team, I'm the coach, I'm recruiting. I'm spending my time and I'm saving the day. I feel like a mutant, I'm built like a student. I'm feeling bilingual, cause I'm in Nigeria, rocking the Cubans. My life is a highlight reel that I keep on looping. You can't just tell me, you gotta prove it. Stealing, their first name is Lupin. I'm hitting harder than Ayuk, and they sending shots, but I'm high, just juking. Hitting my desk, I'm B.I.G., you know I can't forget that I do it. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Their spot like, ayy, 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 ayy. I gotta get it, man. Shout out, I'm fully committed like, ayy. I studied the target, I'm never gonna miss it. I call that precision like, ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Just give me that. Boom, boom, boom. Just give me that. Boom, boom. Just give me that. Give me that. Boom, boom, boom. Just give me that. I don't care what you got. Just give me that. Boom, boom, boom. Just give me that. Boom, boom. Just give me that. Give me that. Boom, boom, boom. Just give me that. I don't care what you got. Just give me that. Stand to attention. I come to mention. Now we're gonna take you in a different direction. That's the way we rock and make them move them body. We got those over there asking for selfies. This time I got to say no. Don't try to pull down my bandana. Can't let you ruin my shoe. Then I hear them say, turn around, stupid. Turn around, stupid. Stupid, turn around, stupid. Not turn around. I don't care.
I'ma crunch the numbers. I gotta make sure that my money straight. She wanna make sure that my money real. Kissing, another. Back in the day, I ain't had no whip. I just pulled up in a tank. I'ma pull up just to stun. Can't, all in your brain. I'm going Batman, I'm going bang. Come with the bang. What you gon' do? 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 I'm finna. What you gon' do?
I'm on a Sony lot, eating a lot of chips, stacking a lot of guaps. If I get it to pop, my mom get a coupe, my mom get a lot of rocks. I ain't got to mouth, let that in the past. My foot on the gas, I flow elevator, we facing my brad. How you on deposit the memo of cash? Red light, yellow light, green light, gold. The events, I take the bank home, but I won't keep quiet. I'm in it. Yeah, my best friend want me alone. Let my just happy at home, and I'm a businessman, so I give her a loan now. 3 pumps in the chain from the Homer. Hurt, get Bucky a goner. Hurt, get Bucky a goner.
What you gon' do? 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 Up and up.
Stunt.
Hey, Big Daddy, where you going? Call me Flo Millie, I be flowing, yeah. Skinny, thick pockets on some ones. Woo! I be really rapping, I be damn. Michael Jackson, I'm the baddest, Around here, might go get it tatted, yeah. Say the magic, what? Pretty little thing getting ratchet, yeah. Told me that I couldn't, oops, I did it again. I don't like you, I don't wanna pretend. If he ain't spending money, I just go with a friend. If you can give me dollars, give me pound, give me in. Purple, black, made back, yeah, that's me. Up, that ain't free. Ain't dead to me, R.I.P. Yo, she ain't me. Tell me what you want from me. Tell me what you want from me. Tell me what you want from me. Man, what these want from me? If I wanna test me, I ace it. I don't wait for nobody, I'm impatient. Trip off who? I'm on vacation. I pop when I do it, I'm flagrant. Never is out bake. Please don't compare me to that's basic. The money only thing I'm chasing. Body snatch, you know I'm Debbie Caking. Men like to talk it, I hate it. If ain't hitting it, I erase it. New money, many outdated. If he say he don't love me, that's hatred.
My songs know what you did in the dark. My songs know what you did in the dark. So light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up. I'm on fire. So light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up. I'm on fire.
It's the NFL on EA Sports. And this one features Josh Jacobs. He's the NFL's ultimate red zone back and your leader in rushing touchdowns. It's the Packers and the 49ers. And it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. Just about set. Anders Carlson has the ball teed up. And off we go from legendary Lambeau. And this is going to end up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball up to the 40-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. That's into the hands of Pearsall on the right side. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll run it for the first time with Elijah Mitchell. And this defense, they have come to play a second straight loss to start the game.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
So Kittle comes in motion. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
Well, calling play action in that situation, that's certainly one choice. I mean, I don't know if it's the conventional choice. That is a passing situation all day. Nobody's biting on play fakes, even a little bit.
This is taken at the 25. And it's a decent return. Gets some of that yardage back before he's forced out of bounds. Here comes the pack, and here comes Jordan Love. 5th season as quarterback, but Greg just his 2nd as a starter, waited his turn, and had a really good first year as a starter.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice, Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up.
And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 35-yard line. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
I think this is something that we can expect to see here, especially early, Mike, as this team gets into a rhythm. They want to lean on this run game. They feel like they have a lot of advantages over this defense, and you can see from the first play here why they feel that way.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now give to Jacobs. He'll run right. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Linebacker Fred Warner brings him down. Got to get this to the 25. Here's 3rd down. So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And we're back at Lambeau Field in just a moment. Third and 9. From the gun, it's Love. Got his man at the 6. He is in. Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown, Green Bay. That touchdown, number 11 on the year.
It's just back-breaking here. If you're the defense, you feel like you're in a really good spot. It's 3rd and pass. You understand what the offense likely has to do to convert the first down. They just don't do a great job of covering the receivers. And at the same point, let's give a lot of credit. Nice job by the quarterback working through his progression, getting to the right choice, and it pays off for a touchdown.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Packers will take a 7-0 lead. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. And they love to find different ways to get him the football. Look there. He comes into this week 2nd in the NFL in receiving yards out of the backfield. Opening carry of the game for the versatile Christian McCaffrey. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds. Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Purdy now on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
And I like the idea of moving the pocket. It makes it harder for the defense to rush the passer, but you have to account for the end man on the line of scrimmage, and that guy's job is to set an edge. Nobody gets outside of me. In this case, the quarterback. You've got to be better protecting your edges anytime you put your quarterback on the move.
Here's Mitch Wishnowski now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This fielded inside the 35. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Love. Completes this one. That's Christian Watson. And he will go all the way. Christian Watson. Touchdown, Packers. Now Carlson to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Packers move out on top, 14-0. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. The next drive about to get started. Before it does, I want to take a look ahead at what's coming up this week. Tonight, Sunday Night Football, Eagles and Rams. Great NFC battle. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Purdy to throw. He'll complete this one. That's Deebo Samuel. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Purdy. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second. And now we'll get a late timeout coming in the waning moments of this second quarter. Here's the punter now, as he'll take this a yard or 2 into his own end zone. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. Halftime now at Lambeau, and the Packers are on top. As we'll get you down to Orlando now. That's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from...
And instead, why don't we get right back to it, as we'll get ready for the third quarter. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Packers offense running back Josh Jacobs heading back on the field. And he has been a tough guy to contain all season long, as reflected in those numbers that you see there. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. He'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll have a first down as he gets this up close to the 40-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, here comes Jacobs. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. And it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on 3rd down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did to pick up the first down.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9. Now, Jacobs. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
On 4th down, Love. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
The Niners offense and Christian McCaffrey getting set for their next possession. As we give you a look at the league's leaders in receiving touchdowns, you can see he's 2nd best among NFL running backs at this point in the year. Throwing on 1st down is Purdy. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. And this drive is a disaster. He goes down for a third consecutive time. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. And it's looked like the win streak to start the year is going to continue for another week. What a tremendous performance here as they are out to finish this one off. On the ground, it's Jacobs. And the Packers are going to have a first and goal coming up. He's out of bounds at the 2. 14 yards on the pickup there.
A chance here for this back to really show his speed. He saw the room on the perimeter, and he was able to get around the edge. Thought he was going to get right to the pylon. Comes up just short. Down near the goal line, sets up first and goal.
And he will fight his way to the end zone. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Green Bay. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Carlson able to knock through the extra point, and the Packers will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. To return is Ricky Pearsall. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. 49ers offense ready to take over once again. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it. You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack. This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
First and 10. Love. Here's a shot toward the end zone. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
A second down throw for Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit, and after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. That's Dobbs, open left side. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or 2 short. On 4th down, here's Anders Carlson for the Packers field goal try. This just a little more than a chip shot. 32-yard attempt. Carlson's kick is good. And the Packers extend the lead to 24-0.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Here's Saul, gonna return it. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. On 1st and 10, it's Purdy. He's gonna take a shot down the field. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete. And that will do it. This one comes to an end. So, it's a win for the Packers. Their winning ways continue. They've yet to be stopped as they remain unbeaten in the month of November. So, that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.
It's highly recommended. It's for all of my pushing the limit. Mile high got me over here for the flight attendant.
Yeah, I've been around the world and and seen a thing that I can't buy. See, reaching these type of heights. The numbers don't lie.
That's how we rollin'. You know them gold diggers. Want to pick of the litter, burying them hidden figures. I keep them triple hitters. Call them silverback gorillas going 8-8. And you know ain't nobody.
What up? Showtime. Yeah, this is the big ticket. Coach at Comptown. I'm talking that King Richard. It's like a movie. I'm seeing the bigger picture. These fellas are Cinderellas. I'm crushing them glass slippers.
On site, I give you the green.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see Jordan Love. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Packers and the Dolphins under the lights on Thursday night.
The address is 1265 Lombardi Avenue. The place is known as Titletown. Welcome inside legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Thanks for wrapping up Thanksgiving with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Hopefully the leftovers are as good as the game that's coming up here tonight. Greg, it's so special, and I know you've talked about it over the years with me. The chance for somebody to take part in this, whether it's as broadcasters or like you did as well, on the field on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, one of the coolest memories of my career, Mike, was having the opportunity to go to Dallas and play on Thanksgiving Day and to have your entire family there, your friends, and know that everybody around the country is sitting in front of their TV and you're the only show on. Those are the opportunities these players and coaches live for. You could feel that energy, couldn't you, down in pregame? These fans are excited, these players, these coaches, everybody's fired up for another John Madden Thanksgiving celebration. Let's get it going.
And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Here comes the pack, and here comes Jordan Love. 5th season as quarterback, but Greg, just his 2nd as a starter, waited his turn and had a really good first year as a starter.
It's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL, so you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence. They were able to put together a pretty well-rounded performance in all three phases last week. So again, can they build off that? Can they continue to grow as an entire team? Because offense, defense, and solid contribution from their special teams, they showed last week, and going forward, this is going to be a hard team to beat.
And he'll take it for 4 yards on the game's first play. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Jacobs. And he does not want to go down. Somehow he turned that into a gain of 6.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And that'll keep the drive going. He's got the first down, up past the 40-yard line.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
They'll run with Jacobs. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
It's not just the blockers creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Running is Jacobs. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. A couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. He's going to go deep, looking for Reed. Jalen Ramsey, he is tough to throw on. There to bat that one away.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
On play action, Love. Again, working deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot here at the end of the quarter, but it comes up incomplete. So, 1 quarter in the books on this Thanksgiving night. 0-0 is the score. And we're back at Lambeau Field in just a moment. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That's into the hands of Wicks. He's got it. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where of the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
In motion, Reed. Here's a run. He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They need 6 for the touchdown. 2nd and goal. Love to throw. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Jalen Ramsey, he is tough to throw on. They're to bat that one away.
The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. I think they're fortunately this one didn't end up getting picked and going the other way.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Trying to connect with Romeo Doubs that time. And now it's 4th and goal. Anders Carlson here now to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Carlson's kick is good. And the Packers will take a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Braxton Berrios now to bring it back. Now an opening past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. In motion, it's Waddle. Opening carry of the game for the speedster, Devon Achane. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Tua. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
This has been a tough sequence right out of the jump. You work all week on your opening script, and they're usually the plays that you feel the best about to try to establish some sort of early rhythm, but through 2 plays, run and pass, all they've done is go backwards. This is a spot you just love to be in as a defensive player. I mean, you've got him backed up so far, you're not really fearing any play call, let alone a run. Sit a couple of guys back, keep the ball from being thrown over your head. Everybody else track the ball, comes up well short.
So on 4th down, it's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Out to return this for the Packers, it's Keyshawn Nixon. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. The Packers offense and Romeo Doubs heading out for their next possession. And he has been a big play guy all season. Currently ranked among the best in the NFL in terms of receiving touchdowns. Love to throw it on 1st down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Throwing is Love. Catch is made by Romeo Doubs. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
The only way the quarterback has time to allow that receiver to go that far is if the big boys up front do their job. I mean, the protection was excellent. The quarterback had all the time in the world to let his wide receiver work open, and when you can pass protect like that, you're going to generate a lot of big plays.
Here's 1st and 10. Now Love. To the goal line and in. Jaden Reed. Touchdown, Packers. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half, but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
Anders Carlson now for the PAT. It's up and through. And the Packers are out to a 10-0 lead. The clock showing 5 seconds remaining in this half as the kick's away. Here's Berrios on the return. A big hole inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night, as we'll send you down to Orlando now for Jonathan Coachman as our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Greg in just a moment.
And hold that thought. Let's get right back to it. We are ready for the third quarter. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense, Tyreek Hill heading back on the field. He's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis, hasn't he? You get a look at where he ranks in terms of receptions by a wideout. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. A quick throw here, taken by Odell. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. In motion, it's Waddle. A play fake. Now 2 with a throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. That is the veteran Preston Smith. Works his way in there for the sack. 3rd and long. Here's Tungo Vailoa. Now a screen set up for Achane. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
To return, it's Nixon. And it's a good, solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. The Packers offense and their receiver, Jaden Reed, getting set for their next drive. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with 1st down. From the gun, it's Love. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. He'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Right back to Dillon. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Jalen Ramsey up to make the play. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Dobbs headed in motion. 4th quarter coming up here on Thanksgiving night. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. Try to run for it with Dillon. They're going to bring him down to the 21, but they're also going to move the chains after that run. 1st down picked up on the ground.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
It's another go with Dillon, and that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. We'll go play action with Love. He's got his big tight end, Tucker Kraft. Touchdown, Green Bay. Carlson now for the extra point. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. And they are unable to tack on the extra point. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off following the touchdown on the other end. To return it, here's Raheem Mostert. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Dolphins offense ready to get back to work. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. They'll drop to throw. You'll find Mostert out of the backfield. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Hill brought in motion. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
In these critical moments of the game, Mike, you always turn to your best players, and that's exactly what they did here, and they just weren't able to connect. Give this defense a lot of credit. They knew when it was crunch time, where did this quarterback want to look? And they were ready, and they took him away.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
They'll come up here 1st and 10. Love gonna hand this to Dillon. Open space inside the 10. And this is gonna be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Mostert now to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. A shotgun snap for Tua. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. So instead of playing safe, the defense brings the heat, bring the quarterback down, and they'll walk off the field with 2 points.
In this situation, Mike, as an offense, you have to be prepared for the blitz. You know the defense smells blood. They want to come get you in the end zone and get 2 points. And that's exactly what they were able to do.
So now, after the safety, here comes a free kick from the 20-yard line. Returnable from the 17. On 1st down, it's Love. He'll take a shot for Watson. That's caught! And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. They continue to add points. Greg, very interesting here. They are just rolling up the score even though we're in the 4th.
No doubt, Mike. I mean, this offensive play caller has no let-up. I mean, he's going to see how many points can I put on this scoreboard before that clock runs out.
Now Carlson to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Packers will add 1 more onto their big lead. Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. Mostert now to return. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So, it's a win for the Packers. And they will get a little extra time to enjoy Now set, Anders Carlson has the ball teed up. And off we go here on a Thursday night. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Lions, led by Jared Goff, chanting his name during the playoffs in 2023 in Detroit. Far cry from the trade from the Rams to the Lions, second in the league in passing a season ago.
He's coming off a really nice 3-touchdown performance in last week's win, Mike, but outside of that one errant throw, he did a really nice job of protecting the ball and was seemingly in control the entire game. His defense all week, they talked about trying to bait him into making some mistakes, so he's got to be careful about falling into the trap. But if he does that, I tell you what, I really like their chances. Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
This opening drive not going as scripted. It is 3rd and long. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
So you spend all week, Mike, working on what they call the opening script. It's the plays that you love the most and you want to get called early. The problem? None of those plays account for being called inside your own 5-yard line, but that's exactly where they find themselves after that sack, and that's a disastrous start.
This will be returned from just beyond midfield, and it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50, set up the offense with a short field. Here comes the pack, and here comes Jordan Love. 5th season as quarterback, but Greg just his 2nd as a starter, waited his turn, and had a really good first year as a starter.
A lot of things jump off the tape when you watch last week, Mike, but it was really just the overall execution of the game plan that stuck out the most. I mean, not only did he get them in the end zone a handful of times, he protected the ball, and he routinely exploited the weaknesses that they found during the week on film. He's going to be looking to do the same thing over these next 4 quarters. If he's successful, they're going to have a shot to leave here with another win.
Carlton Davis there defensively to break that one up.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Set to go now on 1st and 10. The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. Once again, it's Jacobs. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. Here's Love to throw. Got his man at the 6. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. First down and goal. Here's Jacobs. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Packers. 17 touchdowns now on the year. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
The kick is good. Makes the score Packers 7, Lions nothing.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. On first down, it's Goff. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Goff. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down in bounds.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to conquer.
And he cannot get away, brought down. And that sack will bring us to the 2-minute warning. Here's Jack Fox now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. This returnable from inside his own 40. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. The Packers offense and their running back set to go once more. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Back to throw is Love. That complete to Jacobs. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
It just seems nowadays, Mike, there's so many running backs in the NFL that you can classify as being dual threats. Of course, we see them every week make their impact on the ground. But here in the first half, it's his ability in the passing game and do bulk of his damage as a receiving threat.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Pressure gets there, and down he goes. He'll get up and spike it here. Third and long. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Oh, he's going to find his running back downfield. And he will score. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Green Bay. 2 touchdowns for him in the game. Numbers 17 and 18 on the year. Well, so often that running back is the best friend of a quarterback down there. This time he takes the pass and he takes it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Mike, the key to a good passing game is to find ways to keep everybody involved. When a defense has to account for every potential target, they tend to get really stretched pretty thin. That's exactly what this offense was able to do. Get the ball to your running back, and he's able to do the rest.
His kick is good. Makes the score Packers 14, Lions nothing. Anders Carlson.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Lions offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. Goff to throw. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
Brings up 3rd down.
This time they stay on the ground. And he goes forward. Good gain on that one. Pickup of 8 out to the 33-yard line. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. This brought in out past the 20. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. The visitors' offense going to get it one final time in this first half. Their lead sits at 14-0 here in this second quarter. Looking to run away with this one before halftime. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Love to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake. Here's Love. He's going to try it here again. That is brought in. And he will score. Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown, Packers.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle 4, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
Carlson now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Packers will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. So, still the matter of 6 seconds remaining in this half. And the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. So we've reached halftime here on our Thursday nighter to start the new NFL week. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Greg in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look.
And no rest for the weary. Let's get right back to it. Quarter number 3 set to begin. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. He's had a nose in the end zone all season long, and now here in the month of December, he is the NFL's leader this season for rushing touchdowns. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
With the struggles they had running the ball in the first half, Mike, it makes sense that they're trying here early in the second to get this ball carrier going. But this last run's not going to do him any favors. Another rush, another loss of yards.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Now Love. This one is caught by Luke Musgrave. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a yard as he steps out of bounds.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
On 2nd down, Love. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. 2nd time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a 1st down.
And the Packers' 1st down.
A run up the middle with Jacobs. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2.
The gain of 8 brings up 2nd and 2 at the 19-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it, and no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line.
At the Lions' 3-yard line.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. He'll go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal. One more time, it's Jacobs. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. They'll run with Jacobs. And he's got another one. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Green Bay. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game. He's got 19 on the year. And make it 3 touchdowns. Now, remember, he caught the one earlier. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And, Mike, this is what every offense is searching for out of the running back position. Can you impact the game equally on the ground as you can through the air? And that's exactly what this guy has done so far today.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. From the 6, here comes a return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And the numbers will show he's been one of the top quarterbacks in the league all season long, right up there among the leaders in passing yards. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike, you never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Here's Goff. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Wow, indecision right away. Delay of game to start this drive.
Still 1st down.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. He's got room to the 45. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
And all you can do at this point, Mike, is just really marvel at how well he's been able to run the ball. And throughout the course of the game, they've certainly not been shy in giving it to him, and I think he's held up his side of the bargain.
Now give to Jacobs. He'll run right, and he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So it's a win here for the visiting Packers. Their perfect season continues here into the month of December, as they continue to be the #1 team in all of football.
Like damn, why I get a like yarn? I'ma drop top. The sun won't burn when it lit like white, but the stripes ain't earned. I'ma get it right now. I ain't waiting no turn. Got a brand new house, trying to avoid my hurt box. Turn, got a 488 in a glide like Kurt. I've been living off golf from the last few deals when the night check came and I still got chills. Hit a 2K lick, I ain't even go pro. Got a boss outlet, now I'm smelling like gold. Call me Ice Cube, baby, where they sit on my chain. Heard a lame trying to play up my name when I'm 23 to it. And I'm going no brain, going dumb with these hundreds in my thumb. Got stank. Out here, everything come free. I ain't never met God, but I bet he know me. Put the money in a set of dying them streets. To the boy, I lay hooping, I ain't riding on fleek. Got a Porsche light skin in the ceiling, got peeled. I was 20 plus young when got real. Young black boy running, got me out of that field. Better living off game, you should get it on film. I ain't never your kind, late but I'm really on time. Girl, what you put in your mind, I ain't digging your sign. True for that mine, hurt but I made it out fine. Still in my prime, bro, really outline. Talk like you Tony out grind, throwing 20 on 9. How you live with no spine, bro, better off dying. Man, you got nerve, bro, need to get a bird. And I'ma get it off first, find a way you ain't surf. You looking all hurt, funny till your ego got nerve. Boy, I made it all worse, woke up looking like work. 150 lay on my shirt, 20 lay on my teeth. Boy, I make an M in my sleep, everything I want in my reach. I'ma run it off tops, wonder where I've been pulling off lots. 454, I'ma keep it on stock. Bezel with the ticker on rocks. Big side, tell me what I ain't got. Get it right now where I got it back then. #1 stunner, but the level on. Raised by the gang with a meal like Philly with a watch 250 in a so silly. When the door got closed, I ain't feel too bad. I'ma run mine up, I'ma have some stash. Now you in a broad purse, but you going outside. Now you on the couch surfing, you keep a little rat. Living out his backpack, need to get it back. Got a grade $R and need both lanes. Got a dollar to his name, but he all gang. Well, you all on my when I find that strange. Keep playing with the fire, but his get burned. But your boy got spit when the light got turned. Got a dog crack when the boy won't learn. Big racked up shorty when the block gets served. Always sorry when the cap don't work. Got the butterfly doors and the fly like bird. And I love my but I ain't them nerd like damn. Why pie get like yarn?
Being on some chill, we go 0 to 100 real quick. They be on that rap to pay the bills, and I don't feel it, not even a little bit. Oh Lord, know yourself, know your worth. My actions being louder than my words. How you so